Good morning. My name is Mary Hawkins, and I'm the president of Bellevue University, and we're very excited about this commencement ceremony this morning. We will start with the singing of the national anthem by Liz Pettinger and an invocation by Dr. Stephen Lindenberger. So please remain standing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let us pause together for a moment of reflection. In this shared stillness, we give thanks for the grace that has carried these graduates through the long days and late nights, for the strength to persevere, and for the many blessings and support from family, friends, faculty, and mentors who walked beside them. We acknowledge the deeper source of hope and meaning that sustain our lives. Faith, love, community, and the quiet sense of calling that draws each of us toward work that matters. At Bellevue University, learning is not separate from life. It is a sacred trust. As we begin this celebration, may these graduates carry forward not only what they have studied, but the insight, understanding, and discernment they have developed along the way. May this gathering be filled with gratitude, pride, and a spirit of blessing as we honor both accomplishment and possibility.
You may be seated. As I introduce the members of our University Board of Directors, I ask each member to stand as your name is read. Mr. Scott Carlson, Mr. Ryan Downs, Mr. Keith Edquist, and Ms. Gail Seaton. Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce special guests of the university, Ms. Shakori Colon, Dr. Bill Lydiot, Mr. Anthony De La Rosa. Thank you. Members of Bellevue University Administration, Dr. Michelle Epler, Dr. Matt Davis, Dr. Mary Dobransky, Mr. Jim Nakuda, Dr. Stephen Lindenberger, and seated behind us are the distinguished faculty of Bellevue University. I also want to recognize and thank the Plymouth Brass Band for the music at this ceremony. Thank you all. This morning, we would like to take a moment to show our gratitude and great appreciation toward those who serve our country. Bellevue University has proudly added red, white, and blue military service recognition cords to our academic attire. These cords represent veterans or current service members of our armed forces. We would like to invite all graduates, board members, faculty, staff, and audience members who have served or are currently serving in the United States Armed Forces to rise and accept our thanks for your dedication and service. Today's commencement speaker, Dr. Bill Lydiot, is a nationally respected surgeon, healthcare executive, educator, and advocate whose career reflects a deep commitment to leadership, innovation, and compassionate care. Dr. Lydiot currently serves as CEO of Clarkson Institute. In this role and throughout his career, he has worked at the forefront of healthcare transformation, leading efforts to improve access to high-value care, particularly into behavioral health and care for women and families. His journey began with a passion for medicine and service. After earning his undergraduate degree from Stanford University, he completed medical school and residency training at University of Nebraska Med Center and pursued advanced fellowship training in the head and neck surgical oncology at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. He also added an executive MBA from the University of Colorado to his distinguished academic credentials. Over the years, he served in numerous leadership positions: Chief Medical Officer, Vice President of Medical Affairs, Vice President of Surgical Services, Chief of Surgery at Nebraska Methodist Hospital, and past President of the American Head and Neck Association. He has also contributed extensively to the medical field through more than 150 publications, books, and book chapters. Dr. Lydiot is passionate about the human side of healthcare, exploring how communication, the arts, and empathy can improve patient care and decision-making. His career is a powerful example of leadership, learning, and the impact one person can have when they combine expertise with passion. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Bill Lydiot.
Thank you, President Hawkins, members of the board, graduates, and guests. For me, it is a great honor to be able to speak to you. I also want to thank and give my personal thanks to Liz for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem, a sacred song for our nation. While it is a great honor for me to speak to you, I realize, graduates, I am an obstacle. I am an obstacle because I stand between you and the rest of your life. Whether you're receiving a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree today, you are turning a significant page in your life. Graduation is a seminal moment. It is a time of reflection upon your past accomplishments and a time for eagerly peering forward into your future, somewhat ambiguous future. I remember the joyful feeling I had at my graduations, but I don't remember the details, and believe me, I understand. I am a detail here. Much of what we remember in life, though, is actually the emotion of the experience and not the details. As a surgeon, I have witnessed death, trauma, and pain, but I have also been inspired, humbled, and filled with joy. Being in a room with a patient who faced a diagnosis of cancer, a threat to their life and their very personhood, extraneous things like possessions and politics fell away. Their loved ones and relationships were what they focused on. I remember these times because of the human experience of being with another person in an ambiguous situation with the outcome uncertain. A sense of meaning pervades the room. What I have come to see is meaning comes from relationships, and relationships are built upon trust. Medicine has taught me that mortality gives us the gift of meaning. Knowing we are mortal allows us to experience the depth of purpose our lives can have. Birth and death frame our lives like bookends. You may be thinking, dude, this is a graduation, not a funeral. I get it. I'm not going to presume to teach you anything. In fact, what I've been surprised at throughout my career is that the most important learning experiences I've had have been reminding me of things I already knew, but failed to prioritize. You have had the opportunity to study from knowledgeable and experienced professors. Your degree provides you with tools to make better decisions. As you venture out with your new degree, you face an ambiguous world. Our society has a deficit of trust, but you have the agency to start to rebuild that trust. It's not going to be easy, but it is essential. Trust in each other and in our professions is a critical component of well-being. Trust is necessary for culture, which, as you business types know, eats strategy for lunch. Emil Durkheim, one of the founders of sociology, discussed two states, the profane and the sacred. The profane is our daily lives of taking the kids to school, having coffee, cleaning the house. The sacred, like the anthem Liz sang, is a sense of elevation, like walking in the mountains, like seeing a friend's act of kindness, like a communal celebration, like graduation. It is a sense of being part of something larger than ourselves, something greater. It is where social cohesion is built. How do we rebuild trust in society, in our professions, in each other? I would submit to you that it is by imbuing our thoughts and actions with a spirit of kindness. First is to understand what kindness is and what it isn't. It is not weakness. Kindness is not acceptance of mediocrity. It is offering trust to another first, rather than waiting for them to offer it to you. Kindness is hopeful skepticism, a sense of doubt when examining new ideas. But instead of doubt in the individual or group that bring the idea, it is doubt in the assumptions. A lack of faith in assumptions, not a lack of faith in the individual. It is a belief in the power of human curiosity, coupled with the questioning of the underlying assumptions of the argument, not the person making the argument. Jamil Zaki described a study he performed at Stanford, which we'll do right here. I invite you to answer to yourself two questions. One, would you enjoy helping your peers who are feeling down? And two, do you think the typical Bellevue University student would enjoy helping a peer? Of the Stanford students, 95% said yes, they would help a peer and they would enjoy it. However, they also thought at the same time that more than half of the typical students would not. So if you were one who thought that yes, you would help, but no, the others wouldn't, you're probably in the majority. But both of those things can't be right at the same time. In fact, the students are reporting their actual feelings and expectations of what they would do and what they're called to do. They project a negative view onto their other students. This is called a collective illusion, a belief in that most people would do what is not what you would do. That is, they would do something different. And importantly, not what most others believe you would do. So it is a cynic's view. Doing something kind is an act. Being kind is the repetition of many kind acts and the sincere belief that being kind matters. Kindness is one of the ancient virtues of a good life. It is a virtue that may be developed. As Aristotle said, virtue isn't something you were born with, but something you develop through repetition and practice. Confucius said, forget injuries, never forget kindness. Why does it matter? Because doesn't the cynic really seem like the wise one? No. Cynics have higher rates of depression, divorce, loneliness, heart disease, and they die at an earlier age. Acts of kindness lower the stress hormone cortisol, decrease your heart rate, and improve your cardiovascular health. So who's the wise guy now? Rabbi Jonathan Sacks said that morality is a sense of the self behaving for the betterment of the group, a state of Durkheimian sacredness. Morality is the development and celebration of community. Community stresses responsibility and accountability to others. As graduates of Bellevue University, you are destined to be leaders in your jobs, in your family, and in your community. Leadership is most effective when it is imbued with morality. It is the essence of servant leadership. By gaining knowledge of finance, cybersecurity, human resource management, business administration, healthcare administration, and other skills, you will gain others' confidence in your competence. But kindness creates a culture of valuing the individual and the responsibility to the community. It cultivates compassionate, resilient cultures that prioritize staff well-being, reduce burnout, and foster teamwork, that motivates staff and reinforces shared values. So graduates, I urge you to bring kindness to your life and your career. Our society and our nation needs you to be successful. And finally, be kind to yourselves. You will do better if you keep your own house in order, and kindness is a vital component of doing so. And so, Bellevue University graduates of 2026, congratulations, good luck, be kind. Thank you for the honor of speaking to you, and as my act of kindness to you, I will sit down so you can get on with your celebration.
Dr. Liddy, it gives me great confidence in the future of Nebraska healthcare. With your passion about trust and kindness, that's a great way to change the health system in this country and in our state. An important tradition at Bellevue University is to select a student from the graduating class to speak on behalf of the graduates. Students are nominated by faculty, staff, and fellow students. Students compete for the honor, and the faculty selects by ballot the person they believe best represents the graduating class. Our student speaker today, Shakori D. Colon, embodies resilience, accountability, and purpose. She grew up in San Diego, California, and now calls Omaha, where she is raising her son, Kofi Saba, home. In 2017, at just 19 years old, she stepped away from college and spent several years navigating uncertainty, self-doubt, and the quiet weight of comparison as she watched others move forward. When she returned to school, she did so with a renewed sense of purpose. A single mother balancing work, parenting, and education, she found her stride through online learning, chose to bet on herself, even when the timing felt imperfect. Today, she serves as an HR manager with Midwest Maintenance, bringing nearly a decade of experience in human resources leadership across multiple states. She's earned her Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Management and will continue advancing her professional journey as she pursues her SHRM SCP certification and a master's degree this fall. Her story is a reminder that growth doesn't follow a straight line. and that it is never too late to choose yourself. Please join me in welcoming your 2026 commencement speaker, Shakori D. Colon.
President Hawkins, Executive Committee, Board of Directors, faculty, graduation class of 2026, family, friends, and guests, welcome. I woke up this morning and it still had not hit me. I really dedicated 4 years of my life to something. Wow. You see, going back to college when you're working full-time and your frontal lobe is developed is a little different. In 2017, I walked away from college. I was 19 years old. It wasn't a plan, it was impulsive, which if you have ADHD like me, you know this is how some of the biggest decisions of our lives get made. And before anyone worries about where this story is going, it starts here, on this stage, right on time. Even if getting here looked a lot like starting every assignment at 8 p.m. on a Sunday night, crying somewhere around 10, and hitting submit at 11:58 with 2 minutes to spare and a completely unhinged sense of relief. Nonetheless, do it last minute. Do it without the motivation. Do it with ADHD and 50 breaks and 30 moments of disassociation. But do it. After I left in 2017, I avoided going back for years, not because I didn't want it, because I was embarrassed. I had let myself down. Meanwhile, I watched my peers graduate, move forward, build things, and I was still stuck, too ashamed to get back on the road because I didn't want to admit that I had ever left it. I played small. I counted myself out before anyone else could. I sat in rooms where I was the most qualified person on the topic and stayed quiet, telling myself I needed one more credential, one more degree, one more reason before what I had to say would actually matter. That is what shame does. It doesn't just hurt. It makes you complicit in your own erasure. In 2020, I had my son. When he was 2, we found out he was autistic. And something shifted in me that I did not expect. I understood immediately that my journey through motherhood would look nothing like my peers, that I would have to think differently, advocate harder, and build a kind of stability that didn't leave room for excuses. It changed the way I approached every problem in front of me. It made me more resilient than I knew I could be. So impulsively, because that's how I operate, I went back to school. Not because the timing was right, it wasn't. I was a single mother, working full-time, learning how to navigate systems for my son that I barely understood myself, sitting in online classes after he went to bed. But here is what surprised me. When I went back, I was on fire. For the first time, I could actually see a path forward. Even while juggling more competing priorities than I could count, I wish so many times I could just focus on school. That was not how it worked for me, and I'm sure that's probably not how it worked for a lot of you either. But online education gave someone with a complicated, busy, overwhelming life a real chance to change it. And I took it because I decided that my son deserved a mother who bet on herself, and I deserve that too. I want to tell you about a book. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. It's heavily research-based and honestly a little dry, unless you're into the mental and metaphysical stuff like I am, in which case it'll change your life. Dr. Maltz once said, "A human being always acts and feels and performs in accordance with what he imagines to be true about himself and his environment. The self-image sets the boundaries of individual accomplishment. It defines what you can and cannot do. Expand the self-image, and you expand the area of the possible. Inside each of our subconscious, there is a box. When we are born into this world, that box is completely empty. But over time, parents, siblings, friends, strangers, bosses, circumstances, people begin to fill it. They drop in words, beliefs, limitations, expectations, and slowly, without realizing it, we accept the content of that box as the truth of who we are. But here's what the book taught me and what my own life confirmed. Those words, beliefs, limitations, and expectations do not belong to you. You did not choose them, and you have every right to empty that box and fill it back up yourself. I have always been self-determined. That trait has cost me things, but it also has built everything I am proud of. Because of self-determination, even when it's impulsive, even when it's messy, eventually it taught me the most important lesson I know: accountability, ownership. The understanding that how I show up, how I am remembered, and the impact I make on the lives around me, that is entirely up to me. So I emptied the box, and I filled it with words that I chose myself: bold, brave, competent, abundant, self-sufficient. When I stopped asking for permission, something remarkable happened. I stepped out of an invisible cage I had built entirely out of comparison and self-doubt. And I stepped into agency, into purpose, into a version of myself I had been qualified to be all along. I am an HR manager, and there are still moments, real moments, where my CEO will ask me a question about compensation strategy on an important contract, and a voice in my head says, "Oh my God, why is she asking me? I'm just a 29-year-old kid." And then I remember, it is an honor to be asked. It is an honor to be relied on. And I am capable. This degree did not make me competent. It made my competence visible. It didn't give me a voice. It gave me the courage to use the voice that I already had. Because here is what I know now that I did not know in 2017. You do not wait until you feel ready. You do it scared. You do it with no confidence. You trust in what you know and your ability to figure out what you don't. My son is going to watch me walk across this stage today, and what I want him to understand is that my expectations for him are just as high. Because people have different stories, different timelines, different roads to the finish line. That is not a disadvantage. That is the whole point. If your road was longer, harder, lonelier than you thought it might be, stop running from your failures. There is a road back. You are standing on it right now. Stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 10. Comparison is the thief of joy. Your only competition is yourself. Before I go, I want to give you something to take with you. Some new word suggestions for your box. Words you choose. Words that belong to you. Accomplished. Capable. Enough. Worthy. Favored. Loved. We did not get here in spite of our stories. We are here because of them. We all started our assignments at 8 p.m. on a Sunday. We all cried somewhere around 10, and every single one of us hit submit right on time. Thank you.
Shikori, I don't think there's a person in the audience who wouldn't bet on you. Thank you for that inspiring speech. At this point, it is our honor to award an honorary doctorate of commerce to Mr. Keith Edquist. Will Mr. Edquist, Mr. Scott Carlson, and Mr. Ryan Downs join me at the podium and in front of the stage?
Today, we recognize Keith Edquist for his contributions to business, to the community, to higher education, and to Bellevue University students. Keith Edquist is a proud 1962 graduate of Omaha North High School, and in 1996 was recognized as a Viking of distinction for his commitment to North High and his advocacy of students. This past year, he created scholarships for North High graduates who want to pursue a degree at Bellevue University. 2 students are now enrolled and living on campus. He believes in them and meets with them regularly to listen to them and learn how they are doing. His support is sincere and goes beyond the financial assistance he provides. His entrepreneurship covers a range of industries, from home appliances to banks, property development, an auto dealership, and an airport. Mr. Edquist has owned and operated Husker Hawkeye Distribution, opening the first retail appliance outlet in Bellevue, as well as 11 retail appliance stores in Phoenix, Tucson, and Las Vegas, known as Home Appliance Showrooms of Arizona. A former pilot of fixed-wing and rotary-wing aircraft, he was a longtime owner and operator of the North Omaha Airport. His love of aviation is evident in his current effort to save the LeMay Aero Club at Offutt Air Force Base, the oldest aero club in the country, and to help start an aviation program at Bellevue University. A force in the metropolitan area, Mr. Edquist was elected to the Omaha Public Power District Board and held that position for 18 years, with a term as treasurer and as chairman of the board. Keith served 2 terms on the Bellevue City Council and has been active in the economic life of Bellevue. He has invested in land, strip malls, housing, and banks in the community. He keeps his finger on the pulse of the community and is willing to explore opportunities for growth and ideas for keeping Bellevue growing and attractive to business. Since 2004, he has served on the Bellevue University Board of Directors. He has also served as a board member of the Council of Nebraska Independent Colleges since 2009. Keith is not a silent partner in these organizations. He is engaged and thoughtful about his ideas and his recommendations. His counsel is valuable and his purposes are always for the good of the organization. A skilled magician himself, he has a magical quality in how he connects with people. His connections become catalysts for action. He listens and sees opportunities to challenge the status quo, to inform decisions, to provide paths forward or ways to overcome problems. For his innate curiosity, his unwavering loyalty to his friends and family, his business savvy, and his meaningful investment in the success of students, it is with great respect that we recognize Keith Edquist as truly deserving of the Honorary Doctor of Commerce degree.
There's always pictures with commencements and weddings, right? So at this point, I'll get my page here. I have the privilege of asking the graduating class to please stand. Director Downs, on behalf of the faculty of the university, I have the honor to present to you and the board of directors these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for designated Bellevue University degrees.
by virtue of the chartered power granted by the state of Nebraska to the Bellevue University Board of Directors, and by reason of recommendation from the president and faculty of Bellevue University, be it known to all those present, on behalf of and in the name of the Board of Directors, I hereby confer the designated degrees upon the candidates, together with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
You may be seated now. We will individually recognize all of our graduates. Will Dr. Matt Davis please come forward to present the doctoral degrees from the College of Business?
Today, we begin the degree awards with the hooding ceremony for the PhD and the doctoral graduates. Dr. Mary Hawkins and Mr. Ryan Downs will assist in hooding our doctoral graduates and awarding their diplomas. Also participating in the hooding are the graduates' dissertation chairs, Dr. Julia Cronin-Gilmore, Dr. Greg Ashley, and Dr. Kimberly Grassmeyer. Christopher Edward Cantu. Dr. Cantu's dissertation is titled Examining Positive Workplace Relationships and an Analysis of Organizational Culture. Ezekiel Dominguez. Dr. Dominguez's dissertation is entitled A Phenomenological Study on How Gamification Influences Behavioral Modification to Participate in Wellness Programs. Jamie A. Hallman. Dr. Hallman's dissertation is entitled Factors Influencing the Development of Interpersonal Relationships of Remote Employees. Peter Yelnick. Dr. Yelnick's dissertation is entitled Executive Leadership in the Organizational Culture of U.S. Credit Unions, a Phenomenological Study. Lindsay Marie Little. Dr. Little's dissertation is titled Exploring Direct Sourcing in Recruitment and the Relationship to Person-Job Fit. All right. Kirsten Muller. Dr. Muller's dissertation is entitled Digital Natives, a Qualitative Inquiry into Generation Z's Views on Learning and Development to Promote Collaboration in Corporate Multi-Generational Workplace. Aaron Onleu. Dr. Onleu's dissertation is entitled Leadership Characteristics, Looking Beyond Styles in the Nonprofit Sector. Bella Wien. Dr. Wien's dissertation is entitled The Possible Mediating Effects of Leader-Member Exchange and Organizational Support on the Relationship Between Person-Job Fit and Employee Retention. We commend our doctoral graduates for achieving this high academic honor. Congratulations to all. You may return to your seats. We will now present to you the graduate degrees from the College of Business and the College of Engineering, Technology, and Management. Will Dr. Stephen Linenberger please come forward to present diplomas? Lanny Hupke. Jonathan Moore. Jenna Peterson. Jacob Wayne Athan. Kristen Bugreen. James William Cahiles. David Castillo Farron. Mary Elizabeth Kathleen Chambers. Kevin R. Clayton. Teresa Janae Clayton. Megan Ray Dubinsky. Daniel J. Edick. Michael David Gehring. Teresa de Fatima Gonzalez Rodriguez. Stacy S. Grieve. Jenna Catherine Guinan. Rachel Michelle Hooker. Marquisa Drabo Campore. Stephen Coons. Valencia A. Lane. Jesse Ryan Meitzma. Christy J. Merrick Parker. Melanie Renee Miller. Savita Patim. Daniel Wade Phillips. Arthur Rainey. Cash Money Smith. Brianna LaShawn Thompson. Keenan Akeem Tomlinson. Zara Torres Gonzalez. Luis A. Valenzuela. Adriel L. West. April Marie Will. Tamika Denise Chun. Haley Elena Cornelius. Lindsay Fry. Nicole Tiffany Husky. Kyla Marie Inman. Daniel Jacobson. Bernadette Panella Ridgway. Sydney Blagg. Michelle Cruel. Daisha Carter Duncan. Menarisa Gonzalez Gavato. Ashley Hamby. Alexis Huerta. Caitlin Kroll. Marcia Madriga. Stacy Renee O'Connell. Emily Grace Schmetke. Jordan Walker. Daniel D. Washington, or Danielle, excuse me. Larissa L. Hamilton. Alexis Jolene Blankenfield. Shelley Renee Hewitt. Ira Sherelle Wesley Coleman. Sarah K. Young. Riley James Goodrow. Crystal A. Hawkless. Allison Adelia Lehelu. Edward Taylor McGonigal Jr. Tanisha M. McKay. Jaylee Santee Wardell. Amanda Marie Schrader. Courtney C. Simmerman. Maddox Ole Morton. Nyakuma Rick. Sierra B. Skinner. Mary Ruth Hughes Coleman. Chevenise Osborne. Kobo Ukachi. Dylan Ambrose Barron. Wendy C. Gonzalez. Sonia Mays. Mu. Katrine Lynn Swift. Anthony L. Weathers. This concludes the graduate degrees in the College of Business and the College of Engineering, Technology, and Management. Thank you, Dr. Linenberger. You may be seated. To present the graduate degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences, I call forward my colleague, Dr. Michelle Epler, Dean of the College. And will Mr. Keith Edquist please come forward to present diplomas?
Brandy J. Balzer. Jennifer M. Garcia. Vanessa Marie Narvaez. Juan Sebastian Rojas Lopez. Sandrine T. Pum. Samantha Lynn Garbez. Andrew Cannon Hatfield. Megan Christine Hanstenberg. Araceli Lopez Valdivia. Jay Payer. David T. Robinson Sr. Gabrielle M. Rodriguez. Taylin Allen. Ona Babechute Rojas. Reina Barbeto. Erica M. Batten. Lane Beach. Andrea Bernstein. Anna Grace Boyd. Robin Lynn Butler. April Chrisman. Sarah Cicero. Kristen Cozine. Andrea DeMayo. Morgan Drybelbis. Suzanne Ashley Enoch. Michelle Esquivel. Jean C. Floral. Shaylee Fork. Scott Allen Bolin. Delaney Griffith. Dawn Herlocker. Caitlin Hickman. Colleen Marie Howarth. Valeria Milagros Infante. Angelique Alexandria Wilkes Jackson. Jennifer James. Carly M. Johnson. Melissa Ann Keith. Marky J. Kidd. Matty Kuchera. Phoebe Lamers. Michaela Dawn Langenbahn. Aussie E. Locke. Kylie Marie Longwell. David Christopher Madrigal. Simona Denise Marion. Dave Mehta. Blanca Jasmine Mian. Bridget Rose Peterson. Melanie Jean Porter. Morgan Marie Potter. Ebony D. Poiser. Christine Prizalek. Selena Hermelinda Rojas. Patrice Stewart. Taylor Mackenzie Salcido. Brett James Selly. Robert Tyler Sims. Iana Smith Solomon. Andrea Rose Stanishek. Catherine A. Thompson Noyce. Anise Tibbs. Rochelle Renee Turner. Sarah Ventriglia. Haley Sill Wilgors. Danielle D. Ali Sr. Grace Gumboldt. Brittany Melendez Morelos. Brianna Tayshawn Thomas. Amber Birch. Haley A. Boykin. Denisha J. Clark. Tiffany Downey. Caitlin A. Kahn. Ashley Danielle Laughlin. Javieres Lugo. Brianna Rogers. Holly Joy Schaffer. Raymond Williams III. Renee Coughlin. Latoya L. Prince. McKenna Lee Brown. This concludes the graduate degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences. Thank you, Mr. Edquist. You may be seated. To present the graduate degrees from the College of Science and Technology, I call forward Dr. Mary Dabrowski, Dean of the College. Will Dr. Bill Lydia please come forward to present diplomas?
Cassie Nicole Alfin. Jonathan Ayala Lujan. Juliano Fernandez Silva. Nicholas Vincent Hippolito. Nancy Mahato. Penny Sue McCorkle. Anjani Anand Prakash. Orlalade Rahim. Ritika Ranu. Keita Shivers. Anne Dunali Suheshani. Adisu Tafa. Bhargavi Mahamkali. Padameli Mangamana. Abbas Mohammed. Clement Magabo. Ifolua Odedele. Venkat Patnaik. Umar Sissoko. Sai Deepti Sudala. Prakash Vidivalaraju. Brian White. Francisco Ortega. Lawson Akanlakum Abenab. Noella Bishley Aquenja. Ufiel Manasa Nandi. Komi Frederick Tamickley. Chaitanya Kumar Viralam Ramamurti. Charlotte Alley. Mustafa Manyoy Batlan. Shirsendu Basu. Jyoti Deve. Dan Jin. Mahad Farah. Nels Finley. Vivek Giri. Hemachandra H.D. Lin Win. Vasavi Nagesh. Subhash Suryamurti. Madan Kumar. Eve Lauren Fountain. Mushtaba Karimi. Gabriela Montero. Taylor Nicole Santi. Jill Marie Shear. John Geppert. Nicholas Aaron Hardy. Travis R. Korn. Field May. Rogelia Mendoza. Melanie Ingang. Prajesh Nirola. Adisoji Orebajo. Teresa Tukai Matabire. Nicholas Roenfeld. Jada Whitfield. Kamal Singh Sikarwar. Amy Michelle Brooks. Evelyn Toller Hernandez. Gabriela Josiane Martinez. Nicole Jones. Brian Leslie Maroney Sr. Amir Muric. Andrea Yunel Marquez Renteria. Aiden Parker Trustee. This concludes the graduate degrees in the College of Science and Technology. Thank you, Dr. Lydia. You may be seated. Now we will recognize those receiving their undergraduate degrees by beginning with Dr. Matt Davis from the College of Business and the College of Engineering, Technology, and Management. Will Mr. Scott Carlson please come forward to present diplomas?
Natasha Nicole Cardoza. Kelly J. Lacey. Brittany Pendergrass DeHort. Michael Rush, summa cum laude. Wahudila Yousafzeh. Adam Harrison Bissau. Kiara Sienel Bryce. Matthew Cordell, magna cum laude. Emily Kozad, cum laude. Jaleel Richard Davis. All right. Love it. Courtney Marie Fisher. Peter Franco. Christopher Govan. Alexis Jacobson, magna cum laude. Naireen Lemus. Juanita Mendoza, cum laude. Samuel Hayden Montalagre. Christabel Elizabeth Niesmeyer. Bailey M. Ortmeyer. Megan J. Page. Tammy Lynn Polson. Sadie N. Saucedo. Kent Matthew Strout, summa cum laude. Jevin Dean Voss. Hunter Cash Brown. Kara Ann Contral. Ashley Dunn. Hannah Elizabeth Etherton. Leslie Ann Egan, cum laude. Keely Geis, with distinction. Raiden L. Groby, with distinction. Da Lei Tu. Lily Humes. Joseph Alexander Jaworski. Frangina June Genti. Ludwig Morrison Klingspor. Emma Lynn Madej. Golita Muamba Massenbach. Aracel Melgar Miranda. Leslie Lynn Miller. Derek M. Morales. Rafael Yasuyuki Nakarandi Alves. Eileen Perez Cardenas. Emmanuel Ramirez Lopez. Dylan Michael Rogers. Savannah Marie Short. Reginald J. Smith. Mackenzie Elizabeth Tews. Isaac Mariano Jennings. Kaylee Campbell. Kristen Ray L. Chan, with distinction. Madison Swidlinski, cum laude. Ariel Davis. Jasmine Delgado Morales. Sean Douglas Ernest. Angela Exleder. Natalie Tennille Gee. Lacey Ray Griffin. Caitlin Henninger, cum laude. Andre Johnson, summa cum laude. Lakeisha Knowles. Shawit Adishalam McKinnon. Aspasia A. Newman. Katina R. Lemedem. Kamua Ramaz Ruland. Caitlin Sanchez, magna cum laude. Abigail Simpson, cum laude. Alicia Shante Smith. Tatiana M. Smith. Lacey Travis. Chantel M. Wills. Trevor William Ongstred. Mia Louise Campbell, cum laude. Youngpin Chen with distinction. Zihuan Lao, summa cum laude. Hawaii Wang with distinction. Sarah A. Annenson. Alicia Sophia Ann Strange. Elliot Joseph Wagner. Kylie Michelle Walker. Alexandria Janae Douglas. Alexis Carolyn Greathouse. Unique T. Miller. Janilis Quiles Rivera, summa cum laude. Christina Stanton. Thank you, Mr. Carlson. You may be seated. Will Mr. Anthony De La Rosa please come forward to present diplomas? Skylar Marie Barrick. Lindsay Catherine Conselli. Shantae Chance. Shakori D. Colin. Tanya Espinoza. Melissa Perez Garcia. Joseph Gillette. Julia Ann Harris. Theodora V. Jennings. Angela Renee Martinez. Nina Rochelle McGee. Darby R. Neighbors. Lee G. Ton. Viviana A. Torres Herrera. Marissa Ann Decker. Zoe Colleen Alerts. James R. Rice. Monique Deshay Booker. Aaron M. Cheney with distinction. Cameron M. Sisek. Tyler Finnerts, cum laude. Mitchell Jameson, magna cum laude. Wilson Laurent. Eric McDonald. Dirute Patel, cum laude. Christina Yamaleth Pomaha Velasco, magna cum laude. Tony Rochelle with distinction. Elisa Nicole Sampson, summa cum laude. Douglas J. Sinclair. Maxwell Paul Ward. Jermaine Wilson. Heracles Menga Bazaluka. Scarla Celestine. David Seposapi Seyu. Rossini Escarson Dallas with distinction. Donna L. Dickerson. Charissa Louise Stouthit. Carla Denise Driscoll. Amy Dye. Caitlin Esposito with distinction. Jennifer Leanne Gist. Cassandra L. Gonzalez with distinction. Olga Gonzalez. Albert John Hackle Jr., summa cum laude. Laura Suzette Hammer. Ashley Hyatt, summa cum laude. James E. Higgins Jr. Ellie G. Houston. Lily A. Ginrud, magna cum laude. Cindy Mariela Lopez, cum laude. Bernicia V. McFarland, summa cum laude. Creighton James No. Alexander M. Norris. Timothy Oliver. Sharonda Patton with distinction. Racine Lola Reynolds, summa cum laude. Norma Sanchez. Mallory Dion Scott with distinction. Armand Sena. Shantavia Sims. Amanda Marla Solomon. Zoe Spearman. Elizabeth Laren Thompson. Jennifer S. Tronick, cum laude. Ruben Rocha Urasha. Susie Elizabeth Valdez. Carly Walker. Mackenzie Wellman. Kashana Wilson. Lorraine Wachowski. Abadan Yaksakiche, magna cum laude. This concludes the undergraduate degrees from the College of Business and the College of Engineering, Technology, and Management. Thank you, Mr. De La Rosa. You may be seated. To present the undergraduate degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences, I call forward my colleague, Dr. Michelle Lepler, Dean of the College, and will Miss Gail Seaton please come forward to present diplomas.
Tina Mae Branson. Kayla Bruner. Jessica Shabaro. Helene Grace Coberly. Jade E. Kuhn. Jocelyn Kelly Downs. Latasha S. Drake. Stephanie Diane Dublin. Madeline Lorraine Gordon. Danisha Grisham. Morgan J. Jackson. Morgan Lee Johnson. James Lewis Lloyd. Favor Adani Obukuri. Bethany Lynn Owens. Marissa Marie Peterson. Tracy Nicole Phillips. Ashley N. Spielman. Danue Taylor. Sabrina Jamise Willard, cum laude. Alondra Aguero. Veronica Grano Loera. Jennifer Nicole Snyder. Ryan Gerard McMahon. Elena Jane Nannon. Lily Josephine Johnson. Rukia Horaiva, magna cum laude. Jennifer Chanel Matthews. Katisha Henderson, cum laude. Jonathan Hankhouse, cum laude. Jason C. Montgomery, Jr. Jada Louise Nunn. Mackenzie Grace Polk, magna cum laude. Timothy S. Harrington. Jugir Singh Joel. Savannah D. Kuiper. James B. Schwartz. Matthew Lyle Stramfer. Canon C. Close, cum laude. George W. Grinnell with distinction. Emily Blair Pompernakis, summa cum laude. Erica N. Woodside, summa cum laude. Vontea L. Pringle. Lillian M. Bryson. Aliyah Z. Bueno. Ileana Castro. Alyssa A. Dishman. Mary Jose Dominguez, summa cum laude. Lene Foken with distinction. Joanna Getz, summa cum laude. Andrea Camille Gray. Victoria Hamilton. Brianni Renee Jones. Jade B. Merriweather, summa cum laude. Samantha Michelle Nizam. Atiana Marie Rodriguez. Sandor Rene Rodriguez. Evita Salcedo, magna cum laude. Emily Sothman. Cole Scott Brown, cum laude. Brody Burnett. Chloe Marie Cloud. Dakota K. Hagenson with distinction. Ahmad Jeffries. Samantha Alice Mosbach. Jaden Sincere Phillips. Jason D. Poe, cum laude. Emma Grace Russell. Liam Thompson, cum laude. Layla Rosalia Vasquez, cum laude. This concludes the undergraduate degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences. Thank you, Ms. Seaton. You may be seated. To present the undergraduate and associate degrees from the College of Science and Technology, I call forward Dr. Mary Dabrowski, Dean of the College. Will Mr. Jim Nakuda please come forward to present diplomas?
Connor Stanton Mack. Caitlin Cordell. Tavian Curry. Brittany Elizabeth Edgel. Curtis Juday. Jack Lindgren. Edgar Martinez Vasquez. Nika Nelson, summa cum laude. Samantha Padilla. Lena Elizabeth Reyes, cum laude. Chanel Nicole Singleton. Anne M. Hegwald. Michelle Denise Ravlin. Nicole Marie Polzin. Audrey Lynn Sandford, summa cum laude. Brendan Belcher Folks. Francisco Cardenas Berrigan. Sean B. Carreras, magna cum laude. Matthew Franklin. Gabe A. Holtz. Alejandro Rivera. Kylie Schumann. Kelsey Jewel Williams. William Woodward. Abdullahi Farah. Fernando Garcia. Dipanchi Nandal. Justin Cole Sauter. Yakuba Sambier. Sidant Subedi. Amanda Cooley with distinction. Lakita Lynette Plater. Sandra Marie Polhemus. Madison Celine Reed. Kenneth Reynolds. Nicole Tomsu. Andrea Abreu, cum laude. Karen Annette McMullen, magna cum laude. Miguel Aguirre. Robert Behrens. Shannon Jeanette Blake. Buffy Fumier Burton. Joshua Clark. Moses Garcia. Anthony Gomez, cum laude. Joshua David Gonzer. Kiera R. Green. Kobe L. Howard. Awa Vanessa Inja. Seamus Matthew Johnson. Robert W. Kaiser Jr. Ian David Randall Larson. Lucas Dale Lofgren. Linda Lopez Anguiano. Eugene McNutt Jr., summa cum laude. Matthew Gerald Mitten, summa cum laude. Hervé Guatu. Wahab Nori, cum laude. Michael Albert Petranek. Shannon Acquisto. Jessica M. Tran. Katrina Van Otterloo. Maxwell Tad Volmar. Khalid Wahid. Kelvin Washington Jr. Thank you, Mr. Nakuda. You may be seated. Will Mr. Ryan Downs please come forward to present diplomas? John Wichita. Rebecca E. Cortez. Logan McCorkle. Vanessa Som, cum laude. Melvin Antonio Tobar Duarte. Ismael Abdabasit. Doji Asila. Alexa Bemis. Brett Lewis Borland, magna cum laude. Luna Crystal Fernandez. Liliana Maria Guzman with distinction. Jennifer Jane Henry. Veronica Hidalgo Zambrano with distinction. Taylor Jade Patterson, cum laude. Stephanie Russell. Dana Snyder. Jensen M. Sullivan, cum laude. Paige Noel Van Skyver. Victoria Alvarado. Kindle M. Galon. Emma Chrisman with distinction. Miranda Garcia. Aaron Jobin. Canette Rose Vives Lagadan. Edith Martinez, cum laude. Leah Montgomery. Samantha Lynn Redding, cum laude. Kristen Nicole Runnels. Marilyn Walters Thompson. Kendall Cederblum. Jennifer Marie Kraus, summa cum laude. Asher Nicholson. Kilian Bengup. Durga Pokriel. Santosh Pradhan, summa cum laude. Kyle Ross, summa cum laude. Dustin Schrader. Jason Starman with distinction. Fritz Lindor Etienne, cum laude. George Milan Fernandez. Quincy Robinson, summa cum laude. Rain Brown, summa cum laude. Lillian Cox. Shaquita Geis. Katrina Batavia Harris. Alexandra Yipper. Roberto Centeno Mendoza. Jermaine Dunn. Lakeisha Michelle Johnson, magna cum laude. Julie Jaworski. Annika Lee. Destiny Mariah Garcia. Rayana Nicole Greenhouse. Natalie Marie Taki. Oladipupo Bancoli with distinction. Elias Cortez. Kathleen Ann Grenier with distinction. Angel Nicole Heischman. Preston Joseph Rupek. Johnny Key, cum laude. Sarah Larson. Leslie Vanessa Lima Minchala. Joseph Moreno, summa cum laude. Lila Ella Strong. Sarah Urabazzo. Riley Wyman. Seren Yim with distinction. Jonathan Zamora. Leilani Kim. Masa Ratan Pierre Noel Bienvenu. Noor Al Salihi, summa cum laude. Joel Atkinson. Vanisha A. Bell Watkins. Nardos Haila Gebremeden. Kimberly Michelle Orozco. Art Chase, cum laude. Heather Opal McNabb, cum laude. Noah Hamblin. Dagmawi Megra. Maria Lynn Neese, cum laude. Alex Hyatt Koth. Aurora Krista Lind. Miata Morris. Mark Morris. Gabrielle Anthony Ebel. Yao Adokanu. Nina Marlene Sanu. Julia Raquel Gomez. Deng John Jia. This concludes the undergraduate degrees in the College of Science and Technology. Thank you, Mr. Downs. You may be seated.
Okay, graduates, please rise. And remove your tassel from the right to the left. Okay, graduates, we know you didn't do this by yourself, so take a minute to thank your family and friends and faculty who helped you along this path. You may be seated. will define the value of your education. You take the knowledge and values of teamwork, responsibility, ethics, and citizenship to make the world a better place to live. Do not underestimate the power of education to change and improve lives and the influence you have on your families, your workplace, and your communities. Thank you and enjoy your day. Please stand as we close our ceremony with the benediction by Dr. Stephen Linnenberger.
As we close this ceremony and step into what comes next, may each graduate go forward with confidence, guided by wisdom, and sustained by grace. May your learning continue to unfold. May your work be meaningful and your leadership grounded in service. May you meet challenges with courage, success with humility, and each new day with hope. May you recognize the unique calling set before you and use your gifts to strengthen your families, your communities, and the wider world. Whatever faith or source of strength guides you, may it bless your path. Whatever road you travel, may you walk it with integrity, purpose, and kindness. And may you always carry with you the spirit of Bellevue University. Learning that matters, leadership that serves, growth that endures. Go forward with grace, with gratitude, and with peace.